What's up everyone? I'm Joshua-delossantos, a San Antonio realtor with 10 years in this market and over 400 families helped find their home right here in the Alamo City. I work with all buyers and sellers, but my heart is with two groups specifically: veterans using their VA loan benefit and first-time buyers who don't know where to start. If that's you, then you're in the right place. Before we get into today's video, do me a quick favor, hit that subscribe button right now. I put out weekly content built specifically for VA buyers and first-time purchasers in San Antonio, and I don't want you to miss a thing. And stick around to the end. That's where I'm going to give you the most important takeaway from today's topic. You don't want to skip it. Now let's get into it. San Antonio currently has 13 and a half months of new construction inventory in Bexar County. That means builders are motivated, they're negotiating, they're offering incentives they weren't offering 2 years ago. For VA buyers specifically, this is the most leverage you've had in years. So let me show you the actual math on a $300,000 new construction home with a VA loan. VA loan rates are sitting between 5.75 and 6.59% right now. Conventional rates are between 6 and 7% on a $300,000 home. That difference saves you roughly $145 a month, and you're also skipping PMI entirely with a VA loan. That's real money every single month. Yes, you can use a VA loan on a brand new home. You have two options: buy a completed spec home that's already built, or go the construction to permanent route, where you finance the build from the ground up. The spec home is faster and simpler for most buyers. Builder contracts are written to protect the builder, not you. There are three things I tell every VA buyer to watch for: short deadlines that put pressure on your financing, limited remedies if the builder delays, and appraisal language that can shift the cost onto you if the home comes under value. San Antonio builders are currently offering closing cost credits between $5,000 and $30,000 and rate buydowns just to move inventory. VA rules allow sellers and builders to contribute up to 4% of the purchase price toward your closing costs. That's a significant amount of money you can use to reduce what you bring to closing. The VA funding fee is one of the most misunderstood costs in a VA purchase. If you're a VA first-time buyer purchasing a $300,000 home, your funding fee is $6,450. But the good news is it can be rolled directly into your loan so you don't pay out of pocket at closing. A veteran came to me convinced builders wouldn't accept his VA loan. Here's what he didn't know. He'd done his research online and somewhere along the way convinced himself that VA loans were a problem for builders, that they'd get rejected or even cause delays. So he was seriously considering going conventional and coming up with a down payment he didn't really have, just to feel competitive. This is the moment he got his keys to his brand new home with zero down. Closing day, he pulled me aside and said he almost talked himself out of even trying. He thought the process was going to be way too complicated, that the builder wouldn't work with him, and that something was going to fall through. None of that happened. He closed on time, under budget, walked into a home his family picked out from the ground up. Here's what I'd actually tell my own family member if they were a veteran thinking about new construction in San Antonio right now. Honest answer, yes. I tell them to seriously look at it. The inventory is high, builders are negotiating, and VA buyers have more leverage in this market than they've had in years. The math on a VA loan versus conventional is significant enough that it's hard to argue using the benefit if you're eligible. If I was walking into a new construction community near Joint Base San Antonio right now, this is what I would look for. First thing I check is whether the builder is VA approved. Sounds basic, but smaller builders aren't, and buyers fall in love with a floor plan before they ever find that out. Second thing is the incentive structure. I want to see exactly where that money is coming from and whether it actually benefits my client or just looks good on paper. Alamo Ranch Corridor is my first recommendation. Strong builder presence, good price points around $280,000 to $320,000, and reasonable commute to Lackland. Helotes is right next to it. Slightly more established, great schools, and builders are still actively developing. Near Lackland on the west side, $300,000 gets you newer communities, more builder options, and neighborhoods that are still being developed, which means you're buying into appreciation. Near Randolph on the east side, the same budget gets you more square footage and a shorter commute if that's your installation. Here are 3 questions VA buyers always ask me about new constructions in San Antonio, answered straight. 1. Will builders accept my VA loan? Yes, but confirm the builder is VA approved before you fall in love with a floor plan. 2. What if the home appraises low? VA appraisal language in builder contracts can shift the cost to you if it's not negotiated correctly. That's a contract conversation, not a closing conversation. If you're a veteran in San Antonio thinking about new construction, here's your next move. The short version of everything we covered: yes, your VA loan works on new construction. The San Antonio market is in your favor right now. Builder incentives are real, but need to be verified. And the contract is where you need professional eyes before you sign.